Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of our Bachelor recap on Couch Potato Queens. I am your host, Alex. You know me, you love me, maybe you hate me. You've seen me before with Survivor and Drag Race podcasts on our network, but I am super excited to introduce our brand new member of our network, my very dear friend that I've had for many years. Ken, please introduce yourself to the people.
Hello. Welcome. My name is Ken. I am a social worker in Detroit, and I am a cat mom. I have 2 little panthers, and they terrorize me.
Well, maybe if we're lucky, we'll get to see some cat cameos.
Possibly.
From your cats, if we're lucky.
Possibly.
So stay tuned.
I don't know. People aren't that lucky, so we'll see.
I know. The amount of times I've been to your home since you've had the cats, I've seen them a handful of times. So
yeah, they're pretty elusive.
If you guys see them, it's a real special treat. So you'll have to follow Kendra. So let's get into episode 1 of the brand new season of The Bachelor. And this is a iconic season because finally, after many, many seasons of it not happening, we have 24 seasons. We have our first Black Bachelor, Matt James. We are so excited to have you here, Matt James. We love you. You are taller than most buildings. We're obsessed with you.
Yes, I probably could not even reach your crotch, but that's okay.
Not even a little bit.
Nope.
But we get into this episode meeting Matt James, and he is making a very good first impression. He is here to meet his future wife. He is very serious. He definitely has that serious bachelor aura that you get on a normal season.
Oh, yeah, he's real excited about the journey.
Yes, and that's always something you hear a lot about on The Bachelor is how excited they are for the journey or this process. He's very ready for this process. Kendra, what were your first impressions of Matt James?
So honestly, the first thing I noticed is that his hairline wasn't straight, and that was very distracting for me for a minute. I was able to get over that after a while. He was very nice. I think that he's in a little bit over his head, maybe. I don't think he knows what to expect. We know he doesn't know what to expect because he's never been on the show before. I think that he wants to be like one of his friends. You know, he probably has a lot of Bachelor friends that we've heard about. So he's fine. He's very handsome. I think he's very nice. I think these girls are going to rip him apart. And he deserves this.
Once we get into meeting some of these ladies, I think Matt might have kind of a rude awakening. But
yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting. He seems very nice. I'd love to meet him in a grocery store.
We'll definitely get into it once we start seeing these ladies interact with him. Yeah. So just some fun facts about Matt James, our Bachelor. He was actually supposed to be cast on the last season of The Bachelorette with Claire. Mm-hmm. And
thank goodness he wasn't.
Are you the thought of seeing someone as pure and wholesome as Matt with Claire just makes me want to die, honestly.
I know. And I mean, we already have we've talked about Tasia, so we already think we know how that would have went, but
I can see him and Tasia doing better than him and Claire. I think Claire.
Me too. Yeah.
Chaotic.
You think? But let's get back to Matt. We're here to talk about Matt.
Oh yeah. I can rip on Claire all day.
Right. We'll do a Bachelorette podcast later.
So we learned that Matt works with homeless kids, we realize that he's from a broken home and that he was raised by his mom. He's from a mixed race home. So he definitely has a lot going on for him. And we do get to meet his mom. And his mom seems like a really great parent, honestly. She seems supportive of him going into The Bachelor. Kendra, how did you feel about Matt's mom?
I liked her. I agree. She seems much more supportive than a lot of parents are, especially off the bat. I thought she was very nice. She seemed like she was excited to finally, to be ready to meet these women when he allowed her to, sort of thing. Yeah, as a mother, I thought she was great. She was very glossy. I don't know if you noticed.
One thing I'm really excited for was just the leather pants of it all. I mean, anytime that there's just like a frail white woman in leather pants,
I'm here for it.
I immediately get like bowling league or like vacation to a casino.
Or like This Is My Future.
Yeah. Or just like me.
Yes.
I wasn't so thick. Like,
yeah.
My ideal self.
Yeah, I'm here for her. I would like to see a little bit more about her. Like, I hope she comes on some of the dates. I hope that, maybe is she still single? Can she be the next Bachelorette?
Let's start hashtag Matt's mom for Bachelorette.
Yes, let's start that.
So a little bit about me and Kendra here. We are not the most Bachelor educated duo. But we wanted to give our bootlegged opinions about The Bachelor because we decided that during quarantine that as best friends, this would be a journey that we would take together.
Yes, I'm very excited for this process with you.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you guys be on this process with us.
I did. Now, wait a second. Don't discredit me. I did watch like 10 seasons from 1 to 10 when I was like 10. So I do have some background. I can tell you it has not changed from season 1 to season 25.
I remember vividly watching it with my parents and being way too young to be watching The Bachelor.
Yep.
But we would.
couldn't watch Grey's Anatomy without my mom, but The Bachelor, that was okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Honestly, I don't know which one is more horny, so.
Like, I feel like The Bachelor is just horny enough that a kid can watch it and it not be
it's love.
To them.
It's love, Alex.
They're finding their future husband or wife.
This is how you do it.
So let's get into
anyway
women who are here to meet their future husband, who are looking to be the future Miss Matt James. So we do get a quick montage of a few of the women at the beginning. We get a quick look into some of them. We get to see Abigail. Abigail is completely deaf. And she seems super nice right off the bat. I really enjoyed her little behind the scenes that we got at the beginning. We also saw Kristen, who said that she loved bars and loves drinks and Cardi B. So definitely two sides of a coin there. Andrew, did you have any opinions from any of the women in the first little montage that we had?
Yeah, I also really liked Abigail. I thought she was adorable and, not in like a condescending way. Like, I really liked her. She seemed like down to earth and she was very open and vulnerable, which is always something that The Bachelor is looking for. So I think that she's going to do well just because she has like that extra reason to be especially vulnerable. So I think that, she's more used to it than other people are, which
for sure.
I think that'll play well for her. Kristen, I want her playlist. That's really...
I know. I just want to hang out with Kristen. So I'm
me
like,
too.
Oh,
she seems fun. Like I need a hype girl sometime, and she seems like a good hype girl, so I can go for that.
I'm also really excited for Maggie because She is from Ethiopia, and she says it later. She says, I flew all the way from Ethiopia to meet Matt James, and that is dedication.
I don't think she did.
I don't think
she actually flew from Ethiopia to get her PhD in pharmacology, and she just graduated, is what she said. So maybe she went back home for like a gap year or something, but I don't. Maybe I haven't spoken to her, so I'm not going to discredit her. But I
down here for Matt James, and then in her spare time, just got a doctorate.
I believe it. She seems really smart.
Like this woman could do anything she puts her mind to, because she just
hell yeah,
bitch energy.
Honestly, I don't think she needs a husband.
We also get to see Anna, who is a copywriter, and all I can say about her, she seems chaotic.
Hi, I'm Anna.
Some of the most chaotic Bachelor energy. Definitely
I'm so excited to be here.
Definitely somebody who's going to get their feelings hurt. I can see it now.
Oh, yeah, she's so smiley.
They definitely picked like a really good group to have in this first montage. They showed Sarah, our broadcast journalist, really cool job. We don't often get like really cool jobs from women on The Bachelor, so they really did highlight some of the best. We have her dad has ALS. She's really down to earth. She's a journalist. Very cool. We also get to see, we have a ballerina in there. Just lots of cool jobs across the board right from there. But as we'll get to, the jobs kind of go downhill from there.
Yeah. I just want to say I really like Sarah. I don't know if I have like an affinity for people named Sarah or something, but again, another Sarah who is just a sunshine. I love her. She's not even like smiley all the time, but she just makes me feel warm and like there's sun shining on me. So I'm just gonna say she is my favorite, and I'm rooting for her.
Ooh, that's
as of episode 1.
Well, so early.
We can revisit that next week, but
we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I can see it. She's definitely up there for me.
I like her.
So we finally get to the limo. We see Chris and Matt James standing, waiting for the first limo to pull up. The limo's coming. Chris Harrison looks like a little baby peanut standing next to Matt James. And right as the limo's about to pull up, Matt looks at Chris and says, "Can we stop for a minute? I need to talk to you really quick inside. Is that okay?" And Chris and Matt have probably one of the most uncomfortable conversations I've watched on TV in a while. Maybe the only thing more uncomfortable was Ed and Chris Harrison from last season of The Bachelorette.
I loved that scene, but we can talk about that later. I would like some feedback from other people about this, because this was really uncomfortable for me too. It felt wrongly placed.
What you thought about this.
Yeah. So this just felt wrongly placed to me. So Matt was talking to Chris about his anxieties about being the first Black Bachelor and expectations for him to end up with a Black Bachelorette, right? Which, okay, yeah, that's real. Like, yes, let's talk about that. I liked that they included that, actually. I thought that was being aware of the situation and not like trying to hide it, right? I thought that was cool. I was confused why he was asking Chris for his advice on how to deal with that.
Absolutely. It felt super weird.
Right. Because, his mother was there, so his mother knows him and has the relationship with his father. So, she knows an interracial relationship and knows those pressures. And so she could talk to her about that, or his brother, or friends. It just felt weird for Chris to be the person, because he doesn't know Chris.
And we know that Bachelor within Bachelor Nation, it is not unheard of for them to bring previous cast members or contestants to the current season to talk or kiki or hang out with the current Bachelor contestants. So it really just goes to show how whitewashed this whole show is, that
Right.
there really wasn't anyone else to have this conversation with him.
I
Because
agree.
Chris Harrison was their only option. If this was a genuine moment from Matt wanting to speak to Chris Harrison about it, and that was his conscious choice, then fine. But it
Cool.
really did
Yeah.
seem a little out of place and kind of tone deaf for Chris Harrison to be the person to have that conversation.
To give advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to offer support, but to be asked to give advice. I thought that was what was weird about it. It was one thing if, Chris can offer him support and, I don't know, but, offer support. I don't know another word for it. But
Yeah.
to be asked to give advice about it, that was kind of strange.
One thing I do know about this season is that they did hire a diversity coordinator for this season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I believe
Interesting.
they did it for the previous season as well, and possibly a couple prior.
Okay.
But I believe, I could be wrong. Please tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I believe it was last season and this season.
Okay.
They had a diversity coordinator on. So I do like to see the progress being made. It is definitely too long in the making.
Yeah, I mean, that's good, but at the same, we've had Black and other nationality bachelorettes and bachelors in the group being, the datees. So why wouldn't you have does it feel kind of funny that if it was just last season and this season that they had diversity coordinators and never before?
I mean, honestly, why didn't they bring Dale on? I don't know, man. Like,
I don't think he understands the process either.
Dale got enough airtime last season.
He got like 3 episodes. What are you talking about?
That was enough.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, but, no, it was good that they talked about it. I thought that was cool, but it just felt weirdly placed.
Yeah, really.
I felt like it was for views.
Just a weird moment. If that was Matt James genuinely wanting to have that moment, I'll take it all back.
Yep, same.
That's what I'll say.
Same. There we go.
So we do get so Matt James shakes off his nervousness. And I do believe he is genuinely nervous. So I do believe that is not put on or anything.
No, same. I agree. He seems very nervous.
Oh, yeah. But he does work up the courage to meet his contestants, to meet his bachelorettes. And the first bachelorette that we see exit the limo is Bree. Bree is in a gorgeous green dress. She is a communications manager from San Francisco, California, and she seems very genuine, and they seem to have a really good connection. They seem to hit it off. There's no gimmicks in this meeting like you see later on. There's no, like bells or whistles. It just seems like a genuine meeting. It seems like they could have met at a party or at a bar or something. I really liked Bree. Next, we get Rachel. She's in a dark green dress, and she's a graphic designer from Cumming, Georgia. They also seem to have a pretty good connection. Nothing too crazy going on there. And then we also get to see Sarah, Kendra's front runner for she's in a black sparkly dress, and she's a broadcast journalist from San Diego, California, and she has a real cute line here, and that's that she is missing home and hopes that one day home feels like it's with her. So Kendra, do you have any thoughts on these first 3, I'd say pretty important ladies of the episode?
Yeah, I think these 3 girls are going to stay in for a while, actually. Bree is very cute. I agree. She seems genuine and normal. Again, like you said, genuine interaction with them, no gimmicks, just nice. It was nice. Rachel I think she might be a drama queen at home. And it's just like one of those quiet drama queens, It's always got a side eye. So I'm going to keep my eye on her. But he really liked her. He thought she was hot. He really liked her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sarah, I like her. I love that I love her home line. I think that was so sweet. We know that Matt loves his family, so I think right off the bat, she knocked it out of the park there. And he knows now that about her, where we know about her dad and everything. So it's wonderful that she just like went home to take care of her dad and be a caregiver. Like, that's beautiful. So I think he's going to be like, yeah, she takes care of her family. She'll take care of me. And he saw that right here in this meeting. So totally. I think, yeah.
I definitely think they put these three at the beginning for a reason.
I agree.
So next we get Jasenia. She is a social media marketer from San Antonio, Texas, and she wants someone to be her rock. This is going to be a big theme, is seeing a lot of marketing, lots of that in here. So strap in for all the facets of marketing, because they're all here this season.
I mean, really, that's what I'd like to learn more about this year.
So please,
all of the opportunities in marketing. Like, what are all these different jobs like? They all have different titles, just with marketing in it. What are they like?
We have one of my personal favorites. I would love to see her make it all the way. We have Chelsea. She's in this amazing, beautiful, draped black dress. She has this gorgeous, like, shaved head. It's beautiful. She's a model from New York City, and they seem to really hit it off. You'd think model who's in like a very like fashion outfit, maybe they would not hit it off because he's more of like, homespun, but they seem to have a genuine connection. Next, we get Mari. Mari seems to be pretty well liked, well around by everybody, and she's in a white sparkly dress. Always weird when someone enters in a white dress on day one. A little
lot of them this year.
She's also a marketing director. We love to see it. And Matt is speechless with how beautiful she is. So Kendra, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah. Mari was beautiful. She's gorgeous. I think she's wonderful. I don't know her personally, but yeah, she's gorgeous. She kind of looks like a prettier Kylie Jenner.
I can see that. I get that from Rachel too.
I do too. You're right. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I get kind of that vibe. She's really pretty. I think she's going to be causing drama. Mm-hmm. Another one of those quiet dramas, kind of like Rachel again. So keep your eye on her. Jasenia, I don't remember her much, to be honest. And I know who she is, but I kept seeing her face and not remembering who she was. Oh. And it occurred too, even in her meeting in the limo. So even when I just saw her, I had to like rewind it again and be like, wait, who were you? Like, wait, how old were you? What was your job? Like, I like couldn't pay attention to her for some reason. So I don't know. I don't know what it was, but she was hard for me. Chelsea was gorgeous, definitely. She looks unlike any of the other bachelorettes that I have seen, which I love. They don't usually get bachelorettes that don't have long, beautiful hair. Mm-hmm. So I love that she, looks more like a normal person to me, even if she is a runway model and absolutely amazing. But yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I thought they were cool. They seem like a power couple. Yeah, I think they could be a power couple for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Next, we get our second limo of the evening, and we get our girl Maggie. She's coming in a gorgeous red dress. She looks amazing. They have a pretty standard meeting. I was kind of bummed with their meeting just because I was really rooting for her, and their meeting just seemed kind of fine. She said, I came all the way here from Ethiopia to meet you. He laughed. That was really it. I still am still rooting for her. He seemed really intrigued by her, but it was not anything too remarkable in that meeting.
It was disappointing.
Yeah. Next, we get Carolyn. Carolyn is a journalist from LA, and she gave Matt some lavender from her mom's garden so he would not be so stressed. So I feel like all of these women kind of knew that Matt James is the ball of nerves. I feel like they might have been tipped off. Nervous.
Yeah, we'll see more hints to that as we go on.
We get Sydney after Carolyn. Sydney is also in a red dress, and she is a marketing specialist from Nashville, Tennessee. And Sydney,
ask her about those marketing jobs. She's
I
the
really want to know.
specialist.
So,
Yeah.
Sydney, if you're listening, please let us
She's
know.
the specialist.
She is not shy about telling Matt that she thinks he is the hottest human being that she has ever seen. So this is kind of a common theme for her the rest of the episode, is that she is thirsty for Matt. And girl, get it, girl. Good for you. Tell him. Be upfront.
Yeah, I guess.
Kristen is in a silver one-shoulder dress, and she is an attorney from New Jersey, and she makes a really cute little attorney pun that the verdict is in. You are guilty of being incredibly fine. Do you think she wrote that, or was she told to say that? I bet the latter.
I think probably her brother told her to say it or something. I didn't think I love puns. You know I love puns. I don't like pickup lines like that.
So let's
probably just
backtrack a little bit.
Slowly walked away.
Ken was a fan of I hope one day home is with me, but the verdict is in and you're guilty of being fine is the line.
That's the line. You are guilty of a cheesy pun. Yep.
That's the line. Right there. That is the line.
For record, I also hated home is where will be with me or whatever the hell she said, but it was better than this. And it was cute because she's cute. So it depends how much I like you to how acceptable your lines are.
Someone else had said that, you'd have been like, I hated it.
Yeah, probably. What's new?
Work. I love it. So next we get Anna. Anna is in another red dress. This is just the red dress limo. She is a copywriter from Chicago. She is chaotic as fuck, like we said before. And she brings Matt a Bachelor survival kit with his stress ball and a little red flag that she can put, or that Matt can put on top of any contestants that he thinks needs a red flag. That is such a weird thing to give to somebody the first time you meet them, but definitely not the weirdest thing to happen tonight.
Correct. Not the weirdest thing, but weird. And also a little bit jumbled because a red flag is soccer, and I'm not really sure why that belongs in a survival kit. But
yeah, I don't really get it. I don't get it. But
I don't get a lot of things in this show, but it's
maybe
fine.
in Anna's chaotic mind, it made sense. So
she's so excited to be there. That's all that matters.
You do it. Next, we get Kayla. We see Kayla in a red dress, and
brand new,
rolls the fuck up in a pickup truck. And you already know that Matt is about it. She's driving a stick shift. She's from North Carolina. Matt is super about that. They click right away. They seem to have the most genuine interaction, I think, of the whole evening. Or from the whole meetings, I think. This seems to be the most honest. And normally when they do like the gimmicky entrances, it can either go really bad or really good. I think this one was a good one.
I agree. Yeah, I thought this was a good move. He loved it. And it got him to like come over and walk around the truck. So she gets like a little one-on-one time in their first meet, which is smart.
It's like a mini date.
Yeah, I thought it was very smart.
Yeah, and not just like flashy or weird, or it was just cute.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen the pickup thing before, but it works.
And she wasn't doing it in a way that was like, I'm just a country girl.
Yeah, because we have seen the pickup come up with like girls in shorts and shit, and that's weird.
Yeah. I feel like she genuinely meant this, and like, how much can you genuinely mean rolling up to the Bachelor in a pickup truck?
But she could drive it. That's one thing, and she had a booster seat, so she's
So good for her.
Yeah.
I think she's the star player in this limo so far. Next, we get Serena C. Serena C is in a white dress, real pushy. And Serena's a flight attendant from San Francisco, and she is our first trip of the night. She trips right out of the car.
Yep, right out of the car. Didn't even make it to the stairs.
But they do have a good interaction, and it seems fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Not too memorable.
No, but the trip was the most memorable part of it. Our next Serena out of the limo is Serena P. And she is a Canadian publicist. And she's in a little black dress. And she brings a little step stool because she is so short and petite. And all of the other women are watching from the window saying, oh, I almost did that. Look how cute that is. They're all jealous of the step stool.
Yep, they like the step stool. Definitely. They had all thought of that, which I thought was kind of funny. How many step stools could we have seen? Or do you think there's a sign-up list and they have to like sign up for what they're going to do so no one does something twice?
I feel like this is probably like out there somewhere, and I'll look into this next week. I'll do like some Bachelor digging, but I feel like they definitely have to get these pre-approved.
I think so. I think 100%
so. And
well, yeah, because they have to bring it on set.
These are 100%.
I'm sorry, honey. There's already a stool.
Sorry. We already have a pickup truck this episode.
Gotta get a Benz.
Oh.
We're not there yet.
So our next person out of the limo is someone who I was really rooting for, and that is our ballerina, Alicia. And she is in full-on point shoes on this entrance. And she pirouettes and sachets up these motherfucking stairs to meet Matt James. And girl, that is impressive. That is the most impressive thing of the whole episode. So fucking snaps, props to you for that. Good for you, Alicia.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't think he was nearly as impressed as he should have been.
No, he obviously does not know. Because
he does not appreciate dance.
Work.
Yep. Sorry.
Work. Our next girl out of the limo is Alana. And Alana is a photographer from Canada. And she's wearing a red dress and makes him do probably what I think is the worst entrance of the whole season so far. No, period. The whole thing. The whole thing.
Really?
This is the worst.
You think this is the worst?
This is the worst. And anybody watching this, I guarantee has already watched the episode. We won't say it yet. We'll wait till we get there.
Mm-hmm.
But just bear in mind as we go forward, this is the worst one. She brings a bowl of noodles and she like makes him hold it in his little hand. And he's like standing there like, what? And then she puts the noodle in his mouth and makes him Lady and the Tramp her right there. Girl, I'm sorry. We just got out of like a almost year-long pandemic. I'm traumatized at this point. There's no way. Even after me getting 4 fucking COVID tests like all these people had to do, there's no way. You are not handing me a noodle from a bowl with your hands and then kissing me on the mouth immediately with it. I would be like, I'm gonna die. Like, read the room, girl. No.
You know they do kiss later on in the episode, right? Like people kiss each other. Just the addition of the noodle is what is bothering you.
I don't know, dude. When you kiss someone, you don't stick their hand in your mouth. I don't know. Maybe Ken sticks. I don't know. I audibly made a visceral noise when I saw this. I can handle gross things.
Oh my gosh. I thought it was cute and creative. I liked it. I didn't like that she left him with the noodles, though. I think that she should have probably taken the noodles back inside, because what the fuck is he gonna do with this little bowl? Like, it showed him just standing there after she left, just like, what do I do with these noodles, guys?
So our next, I realize I skipped somebody.
Yeah, you did.
I
Are you also high as fuck?
I'm just reading my notes right now that I wrote, and my literal note for this woman seems high as fuck. How do you pronounce this woman's name?
I don't remember. Sana?
Senna. We'll look this up and correct it, but it's
because I don't like saying people's names wrong.
Yeah, I think it's Senna.
I think so too.
But Senna.
I think it sounds like Sarah, but it's not Sarah.
Yeah, Senna.
No one is Sarah.
But she's wearing these weird goat feet because she's like, you're the greatest of all time, and I hope you think I'm the greatest of all time. And then she's like wearing goat feet. I don't know. She like really thought that was funny.
Yeah. It was funny. My partner was sitting next to me, this old man. He had no idea what that meant. And Matt strikes me as the type of guy who would also have no idea what that means.
I definitely feel like Matt is not hip and with it. It's just
I think he was like, what, goat?
Like, I'm not to say that your partner is not hip and with it, but
he's not. It's okay.
But I feel like they're probably on the same level.
Yeah, I can see that.
So we then get Kylie. Kylie's a hostess from Chicago. Kylie walks up in lingerie with a cart or a hanger rack with dresses on them, and she's like, which one do you want me to wear? I want you to pick out my clothes. And all the girls are like, wow, she showed up in lingerie. And I'm like, I haven't watched a lot of recent seasons of The Bachelor, but I feel like this happens. Like girls walk up in like swimsuits and shit. I don't know.
I think I've seen that happen before. I don't know.
Like, cool girl, you're there you go. I don't know. It seemed weird. He didn't seem like too about it. He kind of seemed uncomfortable.
No, he liked it.
I felt like
he was like, that was so confident. Like, that just shows that you're vulnerable and confident. And I
feel like he was uncomfortable by...
And just maybe trying to make it sound better.
Yeah, because I feel like he avoided talking about, like, the sexuality of it.
Oh, definitely.
And that's the part he wasn't comfortable with.
Yeah, yes, I can see that.
You know? And maybe later in the season, we'll see more of a sexual side from Matt, possibly. Mm-hmm. But I feel like in that moment, he was kind of caught off guard and had to like justify it.
Also, who wants to pick out a woman's clothes? Like,
yeah, that's I don't know.
Right. And also, he picked a red dress.
Yeah, like probably.
So apparently, all these red dresses are working for him.
Pavlov's red dress. I don't know.
And he must have put that in his profile.
Red dress. So we are about almost done with these ladies, and we are on to our third limo. We're bringing them in by the truckloads, and we finally get to see one of my favorites, Abigail, come out. And she is a client financial manager. Weird, like, maybe I just don't know anything about finance, but like that just seems like a made up title. Like, I don't want to roast Abigail.
It sounds like Cheryl at H&R Block, who does my taxes.
Shout out Cheryl. I feel like that's a manager. I don't know. Weird.
I have no idea what that is either.
From Beaverton, Oregon, and she's wearing a gorgeous blue dress. Her hair is brown and gorgeous. She looks amazing. Mm-hmm. And she immediately opens the conversation by telling Matt that she's deaf and she will be reading his lips all night, but it is okay because they are great lips. And girl, that's a great way to introduce somebody to you and what you are all about. So really great interaction. He seemed super receptive to it. And that's awesome because somebody could definitely not know how to react to that. Someone, especially like in past seasons, dude, if like Claire interacted with, she wouldn't know what to say. She'd be like, that was so brave. Like, it'd be awkward.
Yeah. Like her reaction would probably be like, okay, thank you for telling me.
It would have been uncomfortable, but there was nothing uncomfortable about that interaction.
Mm-mm.
It was amazing, and I loved it. So, yeah,
we're on the same page.
we're on the same page there, 100%.
Yeah.
Next, we see Corrine in a bada red dress, and she's a bada marketing manager, baby. And she feels blessed to be here, and that's about as much as from her.
Yep. They start rushing through them now.
Yep, these are our quick introductions, so we don't really know these ladies.
Yep, a lot of gimmicks, not a lot of talk.
Next, we get Marilyn. Marilyn's in kind of like an marine, darkish aqua dress. She's an event coordinator, probably didn't work much this year. And she's from Studio City, California. Also did not get much from that interaction. Next, we have Imani. Imani is a realtor from Albuquerque. Also did not get too much from that interaction, but she looked amazing. And happy that she's here.
Matt's a realtor too, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they could definitely they could definitely be like a realtor power couple.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, love that. Next, we have Lauren. She is a corporate attorney, different from our other attorney. And she's from Miami, Florida, and she's in this gorgeous gold mermaid dress. I love it whenever they wear something that's like different because they all tend to dress pretty similar. So when you get like a unique dress like that, it's easy to distinguish who they are, especially in episode 1. So thank you for wearing something easily.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Then we get Piper. Piper is a grad student from Pappy Valley, Oregon.
A lot of Oregon girls this season.
Yeah. And she says that her dad wants her to keep her last name, but she's in luck because guess what? Her last name is James. So they are one, baby.
Nuts.
Next, we have who I believe will probably be a fan favorite of the season. We have MJ, who is a hairstylist and rolls up in a pizza car. And that doesn't really go too well because the door is locked.
But she does make a very cute joke about when one door closes, another always opens, and she had to run to the other side of the car and open that door instead.
So good on you, girl.
Good recovery. Good
on you. So she seems cool. Everyone likes MJ. Next, they have the same initials. Next, we get Katie. Katie is a bank marketing manager. Also seems like a made-up title. How
much marketing do banks do to like
I don't know
for it?
Money there. And Katie is a widely talked about woman of the evening because
why, Alex?
Because she's wearing such a gorgeous dress, Kendra. And
that's right. That's right. So next up is
would you like to explain what goes on here with this one?
Well, Katie explains to Matt that through COVID, she had a really good friend who, kind of got her through some things, but now she's hoping that he can help get her through some things. So she's passing the torch on to him. And the torch is a pink sparkly vibrator.
We love to see it.
That they have to black out all the time for some reason.
I was honestly more uncomfortable by the
big black box.
In my mind, it was just like a super graphic, like hyper realistic dildo.
Exactly. I'm like, wow, that dick must look really real if you can't show us it.
Her, like, flopping around like this, like real dick all night. When in reality, it was probably just like.
It probably had no ridges on it even. It was probably just straight.
Like, I don't know. I feel like leaving that dildo up to the imagination like made it grosser.
Made it worse. I agree. Yeah. I 100% agree.
Like I did not think this was gross. I thought that
I didn't either.
I did not think it was an appropriate meeting for Matt
Yeah. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny.
I thought it made Matt so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I feel like Matt was a little uncomfortable, but I also feel like Matt is kind of the guy who wants to like step out of his shell. So
Yeah.
he liked it in the sense that it it was something that he probably wouldn't have done or he wouldn't have seen in his normal life. So the girls are shocked by it, and we'll get more into that.
Yeah.
So
it was funny.
Next lady we get is Amber. Amber is a nursing student. She rolls up on a bike. That's really all we get from her. Next is Kimberly, an airline recruiter. She's from Seattle. And she's got a big old fish that she just throws at him for some reason.
I thought that was the worst.
I think that's a close second.
First, I thought it was I thought it was a shark at first, and for some reason that made it better. But then seeing that it was just like a giant ugly fish,
surprise!
I didn't understand why.
Why would
I don't get it?
Even if you caught it, what's the point?
That's what I'm saying. I don't get the gimmick.
So next we have Elena, and she is a health food developer.
Yeah. Hey. I don't know if I like her marketing strategies.
Yeah, dude, I'm like, so you're a chef? I don't know.
I don't know. What does that mean? But health food developer.
She says, "Can I put my balls in your mouth?" And then she also does something gross because she's just holding a giant meatball.
This was gross.
Fucking hands, dude. All of these women need to stop putting food in their bare ass hands. I'm sorry. I don't know what you've been touching in that limo, girl. No, that's a hard pass for me. And then he has to bite it with his face. It was weird. It was
so awkward.
Awkward.
Yeah.
But speaking of awkward, how did we feel about our last two ladies of the evening? And probably the most talked about, I would say.
Kit
and Victoria. Kit comes out and she is a fashion entrepreneur. She's only 21 years old. So what are you entrepreneuring, girl?
She's not in school, Lexi. That's what that means. She has no job and she's not in school.
And she says the limo seemed a bit rideshare to me, so I ordered my own car.
And what the fuck is wrong with a rideshare?
I'm like, girl, you on The Bachelor? What is your gonna be?
This is what happens. What the fuck? And she's wearing like combat boots. Also, like I did not like her outfit. She's wearing like this pink feathery dress. It's real short and flouncy and like black combat boots. It was cute. I just didn't save it for a date. Not the exit. Not the first exit. No.
I'm excited to see what she does this season.
Me too. I'm excited.
Lastly, we get our queen, Victoria. She comes up on a chariot that is carried by 4 men. Her job is literally queen. She's from LA. She's looking for a king. But the cherry on top of her entrance is when she falls down the stairs.
Really bad. She really falls.
So, more into Queen in a minute. So those are our ladies. So moving on, this is going to be a long one, guys, because it is episode 1. So strap in. We'll try to get to our rose ceremony quickly. We are at our cocktail party. Typically, a bachelor will enter and he will give a little speech saying how excited he is for this process and to meet his future wife and blah, blah, blah. But Matt does something a little different, and he takes this time to open with a prayer. And I cannot think of anything more on brand for Matt James. This prayer is a pretty standard prayer. I'm not particularly religious, so
it's standard though.
I don't know if that was normal or not as far as prayers go.
Yes, it is.
But it seemed pretty like basic prayer to be. but it is a huge deal to a lot of these women.
Yeah. He basically thanked the Lord for bringing us here today and, please bless this opportunity that we have. That was about it. A lot of people started crying.
Rachel in particular is in shambles. Rachel cannot keep it together.
She has to leave the room.
She has to leave the room. But this wholesome prayer moment is cut short because Matt notices our good friend, the vibrator, on the table, and it takes him out of his wholesome prayer moment.
Just as it should.
Sandra, do you have any other opinions about this prayer?
No, it was weird. I get it. I think, people think that's nice. I would have been very uncomfortable in that situation, and I don't like prayer like that personally. So I think I would have been like, bitch, why are you making me pray right now? I did not ask you to do this for me. Who are you praying to? I'm not closing my eyes. I think I probably would have left.
I wonder if they asked them ahead of time if they were religious. I feel like they're not allowed to.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be allowed to. But either way, I don't think I could be like, oh, that's so cute, because I could not marry a man who opens us with a prayer. I'm sorry, I just couldn't.
Yeah,
that's just me personally.
I know.
So I think I would have had to check out.
Weird.
Sorry, strong opinion.
So we do get to see some alone time at this cocktail party. Sarah and Matt get some alone time, your favorite. But Matt seems a little bit off about this. That seems fine, but in his confessional afterwards, he said that he still felt a little bit like a robot afterwards. So maybe not quite sparks yet, but it seemed like a good interaction. Then we get in a quick alone time montage with some of the other ladies. But they really can't stop talking about this prayer. Every opportunity that we get, it just goes back to, I can't believe Matt talked about that prayer. I just haven't had anyone speak to me. I had a prayer like that in so long. And it's getting kind of old at this point. So when we finally get to see some real drama happening, it's a nice interjection. So the first real moment that happens is between Mari and Matt. Mari is giving Matt a boarding pass to her heart. She's talking about how she's from Puerto Rico. He asks her how the floods affected her. She's really opening up, talking about her grandmother. This is the making of a tender moment. She could have gotten that first impression rose, but there's a real buzzkill. Because who is it? It is Katie and the vibrator. She literally taps her on the shoulder with the dildo and says, "Could I feel him for a minute?" Right as they're hitting like their emotional climax.
Yeah, that was awkward.
I was pissed.
I loved it though.
Feel about this?
I loved it. I don't know if Mari is as genuine as she seems. If she is, take it all back. Sorry, girl. I don't know if she knows anything about these fucking hurricanes, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it was just very like, this is what I read on the internet. I think this is like a blanket story. I don't know. Like, I'm not here for her. So it was very funny though that they were getting very serious, and then the dildo taps her on the shoulder. I thought that was funny. I thought it was rude, but I thought it was funny.
I like that.
Yeah, I was here for that. I'm keeping my eye on Mari.
A really nice, genuine alone time with our pickup truck. And they seem to really hit it off. I'm blanking on her name at the moment.
I know, I am too.
Oh, it's Kayla.
Is that Kayla? Yeah, that is Kayla. You're right.
100% sure.
Yep.
And if I'm wrong,
nope, you're not. It's Kayla.
Work. So we have a nice moment with Kayla in the pickup truck. And again, this to me seems like one of the most genuine interactions so far. There's another alone time montage. Kit gives him a globe of New York. Wow, she's from New York.
Why do people give each other snow globes?
Dude, I don't know. I don't get that one.
Okay, me either. I just had to interject there. I've never understood what the fuck a snow globe is for.
Like tchotchke people. I don't know.
Don't give me a snow globe.
I'm going to get you a snow globe.
I'm probably going to get a lot of snow globes now.
So anyone who's listening, please send Ken a snow globe. We'll link our P.O. box.
Only of New York, though.
Only of New York. But the one of my favorite lines of this is when Queen interrupts Kit and says, "Excuse me, princess, but the queen is here." I'm just like, girl, are you really here for love and the Bachelor?
Right?
Or are you here to like be a bitch and get Instagram followers? Because if you're here to be a bitch and get Instagram followers, you are doing the damn thing.
Yep.
But I do not see Matt being interested in this, at least long term. I see Matt being confused by this.
I see him being intrigued.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out if this is confidence or ego.
Kit's reaction is gold later. She's sitting on the couch with two other women and she's explaining what just happened with Queen. And I'm sorry, I'm going to call her Queen, but
yeah, I don't remember her name most of the time.
Queen
in my notes, she's always just Queen. So
Queen of England.
The Queen of LA. Apparently they have a monarchy. I don't know when they split, but
it's her actual job. So.
I know. She must not be getting paid.
She's getting paid a ton. How much does the Queen of LA pay? Maybe I can be the Queen of Detroit.
There you go. You already are, basically.
I guarantee you it's not as much. Not as good.
You get paid in Swishers.
Okay. But so we get Kit on the couch and she is reiterating what just happened with Queen, and she says, well, if you're the queen, I'm the king, I'm the CEO, I'm the president, girl, go off. Kit,
this is the Sorry, go ahead.
Won me over.
Okay, this is the second time Kit has said that in this episode, by the way. And the first time, she put a K in front of all of the acronyms. So she was the KCEO and the KCFO and the KCO, and she couldn't remember all the acronyms, so she just started listing letters with K in front of them.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is embarrassing. She's really fun.
So eventually Queen does come and sit on the couch with these ladies. And there is another lady who is unnamed in my mind because we have not seen her at all up to this point. And
we have. I figured out who she was.
Who is she?
Amber.
Work.
The nursing student.
Work.
That's why we don't remember.
Okay. Nursing student. Well, it's another conversation.
My sister's a nursing student. We love the student.
We're just being mean. Queen says, have you gotten a chance to speak to Matt yet? And the other women say, no. And Queen says, okay, well, literally, you need to speak to him. I'm going to say literally right now. And once I say literally, you literally going to go over there. Okay. Literally. And then Amber says, I'll go over there if I want to.
Great reenaction.
Thank you. I'm surprised that the last 3 brain cells that I have were able to remember that. So. Write it down.
I don't see these in your notes. That's good. Oh, that was so funny.
Goes on to not only interrupt Kit, but then talk to Matt twice, even though there are multiple women who have not spoken to Matt. And this really rubs a lot of people the wrong way. But Queen is at this point now convinced she will be getting that first impression rose. So We now move on to a more wholesome interaction. Before that, Kendra, or do you have any last thoughts on Queen?
I mean, no, not really. She's weird. I'm just ready for her to leave, to be honest. She's very annoying to me. I don't put up with people like that. I don't blame her for going to speak to him twice, to be honest. That doesn't bother me. I think that those women should have gotten off their asses and taken a chance if they wanted it. Where do they think they are? Like, come on.
Is he going to come talk to you?
There's 32 women and one man. He's not coming up to you. Yeah. So I don't blame her for that, but no, I don't need to give her any more of my breath. She's annoying.
So we get to see a very nice conversation between Matt and Abigail. They really hit it off. They're becoming emotionally vulnerable with each other. They're opening up, and they have the first actual kiss of the season. Not a forced Lady and the Tramp kiss, a real, genuine kiss. And we love to see it. My favorite moment of the whole episode was Matt walking to go pick up the first impression rose and walking past Queen, and Queen thinking that it was for her, and then him just not even making eye contact and walking past her to give it to Abby.
Yes, that was wonderful. I loved that you could tell that she watched him walk through one room away from all these girls, saw him coming toward the room that she was in. And you could tell in her head, she is just envisioning him. Like, excuse me, Victoria, may I speak to you for a minute? And she is, her eyes would just sparkle. But nope, he just walks right on by. Just right on by. Doesn't even say hello to anyone in the room. Just scoots on over like his awkward little self.
Convince yourself.
Oh, it was great.
It is now time for our rose ceremony. I'm going to go through this pretty quick. Yep. So our first rose goes to Bree, then Rachel. We get Chelsea, Sarah, your fave, MJ, fan favorite, Sarah P, the one with the step stool, or Serena P with a step stool. We get Kayla, Miss Truck, we knew it. Kristen, Kit, not surprised, honestly.
Not
Maggie,
surprised.
Piper, Mari, Elena, Desenia, Kylie, Marilyn. Marilyn was kind of stressing for a while, worrying she wouldn't get a rose, but she eventually.
Oh my God. That was uncomfortable.
Oh, that wasn't
for a moment. That was her private session. There was very uncomfortable. She's like, "Why don't you like me? Please, just like me. Like, please. I just really want you to like me."
Well, she was one of the ones who did not get an opportunity to speak to Matt during the cocktail
Yes,
party.
she was.
So
yes,
she'll be one to watch next episode and see what happens with her, because I'm curious. I want to see if she comes out of her shell more, because he did choose her. He picked her for a reason.
I agree.
Because he did not pick some of the women that he did get to speak to tonight, and
right,
chose her. So there must have been something in their meeting. So
yeah, and they didn't have a very memorable meeting either. So there's something there.
Yeah. Next we get Lauren, Sydney, Elena, and she seems like she's in the same dress as Anna. And I noticed that because they both have like the red dress with the crisscross on the front.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I'll have to look again.
I don't know if that's true, but just from that one shot, it really looked like it. We get Miss Dildo, we get Katie. Anna finally gets her chaotic rose. And our last rose of the evening, eye rolls all around, go to Victoria.
Yep.
Matt does seem genuinely upset by the end of the rose ceremony that he does have to send so many women home. And we lost our ballerina. I think he should have kept her. But other than that, this list makes sense.
Yep, I agree. I do think that I wish we would have kept our ballerina too. I was hopeful for her. But I think it makes sense as well. I love that Anna thought that he said her name when he said Ilana, and she stepped forward and then was like, oh, not me. And then she still got a rose. But I think that he should have done hers right after. I don't think he should have put Katie in between them. I think he should have just like, yeah, you too.
No, come on.
That was mean.
So we do like
good
to
list.
do every week we will be saying who we think our top contestants are, our top matches are for the week, and who our hot mess is. For Kendra, who do you think your top match for Matt is right now? You could one person, a few people. What are your thoughts?
My initial thoughts are Sarah and Abigail. I think that they're both very family oriented and they both are already used to being vulnerable. Like you can tell it wasn't like an issue for them to open up about their families or themselves. So I think that those are going to be two top girls because they just seem very wholesome.
Yeah.
And I think he wants a wholesome woman.
Totally.
So I think that for right now, they're going to be my top.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not the most entertaining, but.
I had a hard time picking, so I picked 4 people.
Yeah.
I picked Kayla because they seem to have a really good moment with the pickup truck. I really like that.
I like that too.
Chelsea because I can see them really hitting it off and being a fierce power couple. I also picked Abigail, and then kind of my weird choice is Kit. I could definitely see them having a really fun relationship if Kit can be more mature.
I can see that.
Yeah, if Kit can grow up a little bit and like separate from the drama, I think that they could be a fun match.
I can see that. I'll add Kayla to my list too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So we also like to do a hot mess express for each week. Who was the hottest, messiest express of the week? For me, it is no surprise to y'all. The hot mess express for me is Alana with her fucking Lady in the Tramp moment. Girl, what was that? It was gross. It made me uncomfortable, and then you left him holding noodles. Weird.
Hopefully they were buttered at least.
They did not. They looked dry as fuck.
Yeah, they looked dry.
They were like trying to suck dry ass noodles into their mouth. It was gross.
No, thank you.
No.
My hot mess this week, I think it was more of like she was a hot mess in this process. And that is Amber, our unknown girl. The girl who came in on the bike. And it was, I don't know if I did not notice this until I rewatched it, but it was a tandem bike and he did not get on that tandem bike. And then,
I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, it was so weird. And then he, sorry, someone just distracted me. And then she also just wouldn't talk to him. And she was so standoffish when she was being told to talk to him. Like the girls were just trying to have a conversation with her. Like, hey, why don't you? And she was just like, no, I do what I want.
Yeah.
Really? That's how you're going to treat this? So I think she was a hot mess in this process because she just had no idea what the fuck she was doing. She thought she was at a bar and he was going to come up to her and be like, oh, Amber, you're so pretty. Let me be your Ken doll.
Definitely hot mess.
Yeah. So
all right, guys. We've kept y'all for long enough. You can follow Ken on social media here at Ken.joy.yw on Instagram and on Twitter at Ken JYW.
We'll get better at that.
Yeah. Follow me. Here's my stuff. alexknowsitall.jpg on Instagram and alexknowsitall_ on Twitter. And as always, you can follow us at Couch Potato Queens, QUNZ on Twitter and YouTube and Facebook. Join us on the Facebook page, all of that, so you can see us. And next week, we will be live streaming probably on Tuesday nights is what we were talking about. So Tuesday nights at 8 p.m., we will be live streaming our Bachelor podcast, and we will have some special guests on. So we will see you guys in a week.
Yeah, thanks for watching with us.
Bye.
Bye.